Okay. I was like, it's 5 minutes early, but you are ready. I am ready. Why are we waiting? And I should be closing Reddit here. Nobody cares about that. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Let's go, Switzerland. How you all doing today? How's your week? Thank you for bearing with me while I took a day extra off yesterday and decided not to stream after what was probably one of my worst weekends of Flesh and Blood in a long time. Nothing worked out, and after careful consideration, I have determined that it was all me. There's no variance. There's no gem luck. I could have made better decisions, and the weekend would have had a very different outcome. But here we are. Nationals are over, and I set my sights on the next event, which is going to be the London Battlegrounds in August, first weekend of August. And then, yeah, man, it's gonna be Paris already soon. Hey, Black Belt, how are you doing? Scorched Rose, how are you both? Welcome back to the stream. I hope you're having an awesome day. So with Nationals practice being done, we're moving back into the pound for pound challenge. And today, we're moving to Savage Lands. We're going to be playing Fang and probably Arakni Huntsman in that order. Because if I start with Arakni Huntsman, I probably, maybe, only will play those 3 games because it could take a while. However, there's one thing that we need to talk about. How did we do at Nationals? Probably my worst Nationals ever, to be honest. I made some very questionable decisions. Yeah, we'll talk about it a little bit. How are you doing, Silver? All right, so a couple of things that I need to briefly talk about here in the bracket. By the way, I just realized, you know what I could do, actually? Let me take this. And instead of having it there, we'll just move it down here. And now you can still see me, but you can see the whole bracket. Isn't that amazing? Technology, ladies and gentlemen, technology. So, 2 heroes just reached Living Legend since we last did this challenge. That means I had to adjust the bracket. Because down here on the right, #1 spot for Volcore, that wasn't Aurora. That name that we had there was the Horseman, Victor himself. However, Victor has now reached Living Legend, so only classic constructed legal heroes are allowed to be in this bracket, and it kind of all falls apart if a Living Legend hero is in there. So as I spoke about ahead of the challenge, we're going to backfill first with heroes from Omens, and then if anything else were to happen, we're going to backfill with the qualifying heroes that didn't make the qualifier. Right? As you may remember, I played a qualifying tournament at the very start. So, I had to replace the horse with Aurora on the bottom right here. And what actually makes me quite a bit sad, if you look to the left in metrics, where Prism won her matchup against Slippy, I had to take her out and replace her with New Auxilio. I really hate doing that, but, you know, if it takes multiple weeks to run a tournament like this, stuff like that is going to happen. Mojo, how are you? Sigma, hello, hello. How did Nationals go? Not very well. It has been asked, but I'm happy to answer as many times as possible. So maybe we could just get to that real quick before we're going. So, in the morning of Nationals, so I was on IRA, as you may know, right? And in the morning of Nationals, I had to make a decision. Am I going to sideboard 3 weakest link? Or am I going to sideboard 2 weakest link and a Blazing Yoroi? And I decided in my wisdom to sideboard 3 weakest link because I thought that I may have a chance into Ninja without Blazon, but that my matchup against Auxilio without 3 weakest link is probably one of my weakest. So I'm going to make a sideboard decision for Auxilio and against Ninja. I sit down for Nationals. Sean is my opponent. And he presents Syndra. He wins the dice roll, and he goes second. I lose the game. All right. 0-1 down. You know, crap happens. It happens. It's all good. It's all good. What could go worse? Round number 2. I sit down against Declan. I'm being presented with Katsu. All right. I decided against sideboarding into Ninja, and my first 2 opponents were Ninja. Now you have to understand that the vast majority of the field at UK Nationals turned out to be Ninja. So I just made a completely wrong judgment when I got up that day, when I had to make a decision for the deck that I was going to play that day. I decided against the tech for Ninja. And honestly, that decision made my first couple of games extremely much, or not extremely, but it made the matchups harder, right? So I think I did pretty well in my first game, in the game against Katsu, but eventually I just wasn't able to block the breakpoint, and I just got 30 damage to the face, and that's basically it. Yeah, exactly, back belt. Ouch. Ouch. And then, what was my game number 3? I actually forget. Let me check quickly. I forgot what my 3rd game was. Why is it not letting me to Fab TCG? Somebody let me in. Let me in! Okay. So for some reasons, it's not taking my password. All right. Anyway, I forgot what my 3rd game was. But I lose my 3rd game as well, and I decide to drop at 0-3 and go play some side events. That went pretty well. I played my first side event, Silver Age, to prepare for the Worlds qualifier. I went 1 and 2. Played my second one, went 3 and 0. I was like, you know what? I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good for the Worlds qualifier. Then on Sunday, because you didn't pay your Talisman monthly fee. That must have been it. That must have been it. So I sit down for my Worlds qualifier on Sunday on Bravo, and my first opponent is Blaze. And I know this is a pretty hard matchup, but I've been beating it pretty consistently. But my first hand is 4 reds. Okay. Well, oops. My first decision was, and I made a pretty bad decision on that game. So I should have. I had 2 pummels, a red attack that I forgot. I think it's a new red, the new red from the Silver Age deck, and the Arcane Polarity, right? And I, in my wisdom, decide to. Actually, we can look this up, right? First time it was Blaze. I drew 8 reds, 1 red in the first 2 hands. Yeah, it's just, sometimes that happens, right? So, so the draw was actually 2 pummels, an Arcane Polarity, and a red Boulder Drop, right? And my thought process was, let me arsenal the red Boulder Drop, send the hammer, and that will set me up for a good second turn. Well, that turns to be out a mistake. What I should have done is arsenal the Arcane Polarity, because I proceed to take 8 damage turn 1, 6 damage turn 2, 7 damage turn 3, and I'm basically dead. Welp. Welp. Second game, I played into somebody on... what was the matchup? It was Briar. And again, Briar feels pretty okay. Of course, she's a very, very good deck. But I feel like I have a chance, but they just played out of their mind. And I lose that too. And I'm 0-2. And I was like, What? What is happening? So my nationals was 0-3, and my world's qualifier was 0-2. Start. I did play the rest of the rounds for the world's qualifier, but I mean, if you start, there were going to be 6 rounds in the world's qualifier. If you start 0-2, there's basically 0 chance you make top 8, right? Because there's maybe 1, if you're lucky, 2, 4, and 2 that make top 8. And if you lose the first 2 games, it's just like it's like a non-starter, right? It's like it's just not gonna happen. If you want to make any chance to make top 8 on 6 rounds, you gotta lose like your last 2 games or something like that, right? Otherwise, otherwise it's just gone. So yeah, it didn't get much better after that. I won a couple of games, but obviously my day was over, and yeah, it was a terrible weekend. It was just absolutely horrible. Yeah, it was a learning experience. You know, not every weekend can be great, and I'm trying to take positives away, the mistakes that I learned, and move on and get better at the game. I hope you guys did better if you played this weekend. I think Sigma, I think you went at least positive on Saturday, and then you dropped for WCQ. How did you do there? How's your weekend, Silver? How's your miniature figure painting going? Anyway, we are going back into the challenge. Today we are starting with the Savage Lands. We have Fang, Dracai of Blades versus Arakni, Huntsman. I think Huntsman just got a significant nerf by losing... what's the card that just got banned? Of course, it eludes me right now. Remembered. 5-4, 4-2 in CC, 1-2 in draft. That's not bad. That's not bad. And then 3-3. What did you play in WCQ? Have any of the heroes surprised you thus far? What do you mean surprise me? Specify. And then Fang isn't in a great spot overall, I believe. So Fang I chose because full matchup guide. That's why I chose that list. The Huntsman list I chose because this is a deck that did pretty well. I think at an HEE tournament in the US or at a battleground somewhere. I forget. I think this went unbeaten in Swiss at a battleground. That's why I picked this deck. Now again, you know, Remembrance Gone is not great. We're starting with Fang today, and the reason for that is because otherwise we may not get to play anything else, because Huntsman is going to take a while. And of course, I lost first place game, but favorable to me. Blaze can just sometimes be really, really good. Have you enjoyed any heroes more than you expected? Let me just have a look at the bracket here. I'm not sure. I think I enjoyed Goliath more than I was expecting. Which is good, because I'm going to have to play him again. And... so I'm going to have to change deck lists, right? With the bans, with the new card, the blue that was unbanned, I'm going to have to change around the lists a bit. Was Blaze loss, Flavio win, Briar loss, Blaze win, Briar loss, let's win. So we went back and forth, back and forth. Yeah, so my wins in the World's Qualifier were to Reinar, and I forgot what the other win was. Oh, Levia. Yeah. I think the Reinar drew pretty badly because I don't think Flavio should be favored in that. I think Reinar should be able to beat Flavio, but I don't think they were able to generate enough go again to really threaten me. All right, so this is Fang. This is what we're playing. Fang, according to the stats that I had, is quite good. He is in pot A. I don't know how the meta changes impact that. Oh, barragings. Barragings is different. Yeah. So basically, what you're trying to do is, it's a warrior, right? So you're working with daggers as your weapon, but the gameplay revolves around the daggers. That's you want to do with this hero. You're basically playing reactions and instant speed draconic cards to enable the text on the Obsidian Fire Vein. You want to mark your opponent so you can create a fealty token. Why do you want fealty tokens? Because your dagger attacks costs 1 less to activate if you have 3 fealty. So what you want to do on this hero is you want to make sure you get to 3 fealty as fast as possible, then maintain them for the rest of the game to just win out on value, because then suddenly these are free, right? And if you can play 3 instance and attack reactions, the value is out of this world. Now you have to get there. And again, the difficult thing is, what you can't forget with this fealty, if you haven't played a draconic card on your turn, then all your fealties destroy themselves. So you gotta jungle that a little bit. Hi Burst, how you doing? So here we are. I've played 4 games on this deck. I understand what the hero wants to do. Have I struggled with it? Yes. So I think one of the mistakes that I make is not to activate Braveforge Bracers enough and to not use Valiant Dynamos enough. And of course, I can't lose the value of those 2 cards, right? I need to be able to get that 1 value here and 1 value here, especially if I have an extra resource lying around that I'm not doing anything with. So that's a mistake I've been making. I feel like the mistakes I've been making so far is about when to activate the reactions, when to use what. Instant, there's lots of learning to go around there, but hopefully on stream it'll all go better. Right. There we are. We'll start game number 1. Game number 1. Let me just quickly check something here. Yeah, that's all good, all good. Anyway, so aside from Sigmas, anyone else played Nationals this weekend? How did it go for you? I still think, see, this feels like a super bad matchup. This feels very bad, and this is already the 2nd time I'm being matched into Huntsman. Is Huntsman getting a resurgence? Wait, I am queuing up in competitive, so they can't see what I'm playing, right? Yeah. Fang gang, little bits, and Havoc, how are you doing? How are you, mate? Of the week was LHS, but getting into the finals with my deck is only 17-0. Oh, that's awesome, dude. Congrats to you, mate. Alright, we don't have many options for blocking here, which is suboptimal. And I don't want to be really blocking with these cards.
Round 1, fight!
Alright, at least we get back to even life here. But of course, every card we play, they get 1 up because they are trying to fatigue me. That is very much their plan. So Dracai is one of the newest cards in this deck. This is from Omens. I don't know if I should play this first. This is okay. So what we'll do is we will attack with Obsidian Fire Vein. Play this at instant speeds to give it +1 and go again. No, I am not going to pay for Vigor. I need the resource here. I'm going to play Searing +2 and then finish the turn with a Hunt or Hunt a Hunter. Rana got 14 top 8s, 4 top 4s from those top 4 8s, 3 finals. Hey, maybe I should have played Rhydar. You know, maybe I should have played Reinhardt, but then I did play a bit of your new updated list. And by the way, thanks for keeping that list always updated, Sigma. I did play a bit of that today, and I just can't play the deck. Oh my goodness lord. Oh, no. I clicked too fast there. I felt bad for the Gravy player last night. What did you do to Gravy player? What did you do? Next, weapon attack. Should have activated this earlier on. Yes, because of the course it was discounted, so we got a mistake there. Hand was all allies? Oh. Yeah, you don't want to see that. Okay, 34 to 40. So, I think my game plan here is just ignore what they do, right? Right, this time I don't have any resources. I should have totally... that, like, one resource that I'm missing here is very bad right now for me. Alright, I'm just gonna take this. 7. 8. Lose 2 cards. I don't like that they already have 3 silver. That is not ideal. Okay, we can generate... At the moment, I don't have anything to generate. Okay, so we can hit them with the scar tissue. To mark them. And that will then allow me if the next attack hits. I don't have the resources to 1, so we're doing 5 damage. Sadly, I will need to pitch a Searing Gaze. If this hits, I make my second fealty. Now, in theory, they should block this. They will. Okay. Of course, they do have functional hand with 2 cards, right? So, they bought back the... Oh yeah, this is bad. Again, I forgot to use the Violent Dynamos. Is this the right block? Let me think about this. The problem is I do want to use the value of this, but... So I'm thinking there's going to be maybe another shred there, right? If I block like this, it does cover that up, but actually they could have another +3. That could be cut to the chase. Yeah, let's try and cover that up. That's bad because that destroys the equipment, right? 2 of them dead. No, 1. The chest is gone. That's actually good. That's actually good. That's okay. That's okay. That's not the end of the world. Cool. So... But I need 3 fealties. How do we get... It's already turn 3. Like a good Fang, we already have them already, right? Let's just give this go again. Create a fealty. Tiger attack is +2 if you control 2 or more to create a fealty. Okay, so we have them at the end of this turn. Good. Because this will create, if I control 2 or more Draconic Chain Links, create a fealty token, which will happen. Because I already have one. This is the second one, right? So they're blocking that out. I'm still doing it. Because... Wait, hold on. Hold on. I need to... No, I need to target the current. That's the wrong dagger. We're targeting this. 4. Do I have the third belt already? I could play this. Do I wait for next turn? Yeah, I'm thinking because they're blocking 6 here, right? I may want to wait until they block less. 2 hunt and great. Okay, so this is actually turning out pretty well. So let's create a fealty token. So I'm missing a go again here. Yeah, Swiss national player was Siggy. So the problem here is... Okay, let's do this. Okay, so the hunt and we'll give it go again, right? Because it doesn't need to be an instant, it just needs to be a draconic card. How are you doing, MK? So this is actually the best a Fang game has ever gone for me so far. So 2 took its +3 when this hits. Mark a hero. So we will wait for the second dagger. I'm doing well, but my nationals was really bad. Like I played really badly. And there's really no way to, you know, obviously I knew my deck was not the strongest deck in the field, right? I knew I was gonna have some challenges, but still, at the end of the day, I think I could have done a lot more to play a lot better. All right, cool. I think this is pretty good. That was a pretty good turn, yeah. What can they do with 2 cards? Okay, so we have draconic cards. I can use one of these to make this draconic, which means the deck gets go again, right? And I think my strategy is here, I just don't block. How did my nationals go? It was bad. I went 0-3 drop. Oh, there is no reaction. True. Mistakes. It's okay. It's okay. I made a meta choice which didn't pay off. Right. This said you may attack with an additional die. This doesn't do anything. Ire didn't hold up. I made the wrong sideboarding decision, and I faced into 2 ninjas, which I didn't necessarily want to see. Yeah, but I'm not playing. I can't play. No, because this is not. It's not a reaction, right? I can't give it go again. Am I missing something here? No, I can... Yeah. Okay, let me mark them. I will use the fealty. I'm gonna do a twist and turn. And then attack with this. At least they're overblocking, right? So we get 2 cards for the price of that, which is okay. And the arsenal this. Okay, this is better. This is better. But I'm still not using my Valiant Dynamos to block when I should. I'm just gonna not use it here. Because this gives them 1 extra value. I'm just gonna see what their card from Arsenal is. It may not even be... Ah, there we go, Codex. That means I lose my Arsenal. Unless I block it. I could block for... I'm dumb. I am dumb. Okay. I'm just gonna let it go. Yeah, we're fine. We're okay. We're still 24 life, 6 life ahead. You know what could possibly go wrong? What could possibly go wrong? It's a confidence before the fall. So the fealty, of course, makes my deck a -1, which is not good. Control just 1. Target decker gets +2. You may attack with target additional time this turn. I mean, I'm not going to be... No, because I can play this at instant speed. Okay, so... I think the play is... Dagger... Play... Dracai Fire... Bear with me. Bear with me while I try and figure this out. Play Obsidian Fire Vein. Long Whisker. Buff power. Additional attack. We're gonna choose this. Then I can make the... I can make this Draconic, right? I have enough. Yes, I have 6, so that's fine. We're gonna play the Obsidian Fire Vein. Play the Sigil. Attack with that. It's just the same deck you buffed. Oh, that is one more. True. Okay. There we go. And then we finish for 4 here. I mean, that was a pretty good save. But we didn't do a lot of damage. Oh, the shelter. I hate that. I hate that. I'm gonna block for 2 here and then shelter if necessary. No. Okay. No, we don't. Actually, I could have used it for the Brave Forge, right? Get the 1 resource there. Oath of Loyalty start. That already maintains the fealty, so that we're good on that one. Santamo, how was your weekend? Did you have a good weekend? Then we'll play the dagger here, buffing it with Searing Gaze. Buffing it up to 4. Inertia Trap. That is not ideal because I did want to end my turn here with a Shelter from the Storm in Arsenal. But, you know, we're getting so many cards from them at the moment, which is good. I still have 37 cards in my deck. Hey, Scott, how are you doing? Good to see you on the weekend. And thanks for taking the picture for us. I would have loved to have the defense reaction on this turn here. Okay, we're losing 2 cards. I'm still okay. They're 10 life lower than I am. I would have loved to play one of these savers, though. It's my pleasure. Just Vegas prep now? Nice. So this is actually a question I wanted to ask you guys. Where do you think the meta is going? Do we think with both Victor and Prism gone and the Remembrance Band that the meta will have a drastic change in the next 2 weeks to Vegas? Do I need the 1 resource? It's not a great hand, is it? Let's take it. Let's take it. Let's take it. Sorry, you didn't block with one of the smolderings? Yeah, it's just inexperience on the deck, right? The thing is, I can't push it enough to... I could make it so I can attack with this again, but then I basically have to do this. Let's see if... I think this is probably a bad move, especially if they have a defense reaction now. It looks like they do. They're just wondering if they should do it now or not. Yeah, there we are. Of course, I was trying to be able to attack with the dagger one more time. Alright, I had a really good white turn there once, and now it's kind of slowed down. Rise of Jarl and Valda, meta gets aggressive. What is the meta right now? Asking for a friend? That's what I'm trying to figure out. I don't know what the meta is. I mean, Valda made second place at UK Nationals, right? Although, you know, it was Matt Folks, so... Rise of Jarl. Oh, top 4. I thought he made finals. I thought he made finals. Actually, banish no card from the then look at our hand and banish a card. Well, if I let them hit, they're gonna pick a card I don't want them to pick, so I'm just gonna have to do this here. Wait, hold on. No, we need to do it like this. Guardians leave, Guardians stay. Hey, Guardians have been, you know, pretty bad for a long time. It's kind of nice seeing them doing well. Finals was Vin versus Mario. Ah, I see. And Jacob took it all. You know what? I can't say I'm surprised, right? Jacob is just a very, very, very good player. I'm actually surprised that Jacob won Nationals for the first time. But yeah, him taking it all is no surprise. That's no surprise. Clearly top of his game. And, you know, if you don't know who I'm talking about, that's Jacob Clements, right? Probably he's number 1 on the leaderboard for Player of the Year by like a wide margin. He's insane. Why not block with boots and overcrowded? Because the boots were turned off because of Scale Peeler. Pablo, how's Pablo done this year? I've not heard much about Pablo in recent times. I think Pablo doesn't travel that much, right? Not blocking. They're probably going to give it go again with the boots, yeah. As long as I can maintain my hand. That would be nice. No Command and Conquer. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a lot of cards banished. $20 cards left. 10 life to get through. Oh, he won Nationals. Oh, very cool. I didn't realize he won Nationals. Why no boots? Because I'm an idiot, Bathos. I keep forgetting about it. It really is that simple. Okay, I think we just do this just on the first attack. And then the second attack here could be huge. Okay. I mean, this could just be lethal, to be honest. All right, all right.
Show me what you got.
I mean, they probably have a defense reaction, but that is a huge dagger. Wow. Bathos, how are you doing? How are you recovering from the weekend? You doing all right? Oh, Pablo won for the first time. What was he on? What site is best to see tournament results and decklist? Fabruary.net. Fabruary.net. Yeah, I don't like the hunter or hunted here. Work sucks. Any specific reason, or this is still lethal? I'm guessing they have more defense reactions, right? So at the moment they're still taking 10 damage. We're playing Fab all weekend. There's Oasis Respite. Okay, so they're actually surviving on 1 life. Okay. Well, no, 5. Wait, what? Yeah, of course. 4. Yeah, that's okay. Alright, so we do have plenty of cards left in the deck. Yes, so Fabry.net Enise. Enise? And another one is Fab Blazing that I would recommend. Let me think. So, when this attacks, mark them. If it's attacking a marked hero... Sorry for putting the cards in front of my face. This is an action, this is an action. I don't have any instants. So I'm gonna have to front pump this dagger. No, it doesn't have go again. Because... nice? Oh, okay. It does? I thought I tried that earlier and it didn't do it. Oh, but it probably wasn't... Because it wasn't Arakni, right? Yes. Alright. I'm running out of juice though. I've got them fairly low, but I'm running out of juice now. I'm running out of deck. We haven't seen that many defense reactions from them yet. There they are, right? And that, like, losing cards through this now, by them being able to banish my cards, that is very detrimental. Do they still have a Leave No Witness? No, but they have Codex, so putting this in Arsenal will still be good. I think this is still the best a game on this hero has ever gone for me. Yeah. Okay, but you're gonna need to pitch your last card from your hand here. At least they don't attack, right? Which is kind of good, because it gives me a lot more agency what I do with my turn. Okay, so they're gonna... The Glint to Quicksilver is good because I draw a card if they block with a card from a hand, which they're almost certainly gonna do here. I have no Draconic cards in my hands. But we can use this. I'm just gonna dagger. I want to use the Sworn Vengeance on the second dagger. I'm gonna use this to push it up to 5. I probably need another damage card here, so I'm playing the Quick Glint. Oh my god, I hate when I play the Glint Quicksilver and I draw another one. Alright. Okay. I'm gonna pass on this. Brave Forge. Get the +1. They're probably just gonna block this out though. I'm not sure I'm gonna have enough damage here. Right, so we have everything activated now. Coming in for 5. Eight. It's not lethal. It's not lethal. I don't think I have enough juice left in my deck to get through this. Oh, of course I should have. I should have, yes. Ah, that's my bad. Okay, that's my bad. So... Dagger? Fealty. Okay, alright. I do have to... I forgot to mention... Let's try and not backseat game, because it is a challenge, right? I forgot. It's been so long since I played the challenge, but I appreciate the help, but I gotta figure this out myself. I gotta at least try. So, I'm so low on cards though. This is so concerning. I have nothing left. I have no attacks left. So I can now attack with this. Activate. Actually, hold on. I don't need to. Yeah, but this will give it a go again anyway, right? But now it gets +1. The problem, if I... Okay, so I can play this at instant speed. So I can use this again. So what? Okay, so we can do it again. Wait, what? Oh, it's not an instant. Oh, shit. I was... Yeah, that's too bad. Oh, I should have activated Brave Forge as well. So there's no way for me to give this go again then. Attack with dragon an additional time. It costs less to activate, draw a card. Yeah, I don't... it has to be Hunts the Hunter. I can't give this go again either. Yeah, I'm out of juice. Oh, if I could have gone a little bit wider here. How do I do 3 damage? Play dagger. Play Draco Fire. Instant, but then that's kind of it at that point. There's no way. Because this is not an instant, it's an instant effect, but it's not an instant itself. Almost got there. Why? How for... Oh, yes. That is actually... I mean, it's still not going to win me the game, but... It's definitely the closest I've ever gotten to winning a game on this hero, so... Yeah. That's it. I'm out of deck. I'm out of deck. Yeah. Nicholas was throwing all your attack reactions at one attack, losing one value every time, blocking with fire and brimstone when it's best card into fatigue. Okay, good. I mean, that's good feedback, right? Yeah. It's still the best game I've ever had on this hero, so I'll take that for now. And hope to get the lessons into next game. But this is like my third game into Arakni Huntsman. I don't know why they keep showing up against me. Oh well. Oh well. Oh well. Oh well. Oh well. Actually, I really look forward to the battlegrounds. Do we think another hero will reach Living Legend at the Pro Tour? Is there something out there that could Living Legend soon? I think there's a couple of heroes, but the question is the meta friendly to them? Battleground will be sick. Yeah, I can't wait, dude. Can't wait. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I want to do better than at Nationals. Like, I just want to do better. Will playing Guardian or Ninja has sold everything else? I think that's pretty decent at the moment. I think Guardian will be well positioned. I mean, if we believe the rumors. Valda. Yeah. Valda looks fun. I almost got him here. I almost got him. I think if I optimize my value gain, I think Braveforge Bracers and again Valiant Dynamos was an issue, and I need those incremental values if I want to get through a deck such as theirs to get that value. You're building an Olympia deck, but that's not Ninja or Guardian. Did you find a buyer for the rest of your collection? What a few legendaries between friends. I mean, James White is gonna like you. I almost got there. Almost got there. So, like all stuff, playmats, etc. Thistle for like 2k, half credit, half cash. Okay. So you have credit with them to build build a deck then. All right. Okay. So we add another loss to this long list of losses. As long as Switzerland wins tonight, right? I mean, I bet none of you really care about football, but right, game number 2 on Fang. Let's see. Wait, what just happened? Wait, why did I click Confeld table? That is the wrong button. I predicted Colombia. I think that's a safe bet, Bathos. I like how Switzerland celebrated the last win to be like the first win in 88 years in knockout phase. It's like, yeah, but there's also an extra round, so it's never been easier. So like, is it an achievement? Sure. Should we celebrate it that much? Probably not. All right, Mario Slippy. Hope Schweiz. Melfi sweepstakes team or Netherlands and US. Mine was Scotland. How do we win this game? Try and play our game and ignore what they do. I think this is probably a race. But the problem is, if I can get 3 failties fast, I think okay, otherwise yikes.
Round 1. Fight!
Yeah. Yep. We get to go first. With an all-red hand. Okay, how about we dagger? This is just gonna be dagger pass. We could +2 to do some damage. Okay, let's do this. I get some damage in. Mark buff power. Oh. Alright, we mark in that case. Did I choose the wrong dagger? Oh, it's the next dagger. Wait, what? Oh. Wait, hold on. Sorry.
Show me what you got.
That's the wrong button as well. They declined. Because I'm an idiot. There we go. Alright. No, we do not want to create the vigor. And of course, the trap goes into arsenal. This offense attack with damage greater than its base. Mark the attacking hero. Okay. Understood. Understood. We're getting another teaser for the new set tonight. The first 2 were pretty good, but I'd love some more information. Honestly. Ooh, I can't let them draw a card here. I do not want to block, but... Four. Let me block 4. We'll use the dynamos. And we mark them. Oh no, we don't, because this is not... I am marked instead. But red back is not exactly what you want. Next one gets +2. I have no failties. Yes, that's great. Actually, no, actually it's fine. I was thinking about Brayfort Bracers, giving it a +1, but I think the 1 vigor is actually better considering my dagger still costs money. Unless I draw a blue and it doesn't matter. But yeah. Yeah. Alright, 30-39. The persuasive prognosis. Sorry, Fitz is barking at the dog in the hall. I don't have any draconic cards, I wonder. Either I block with this or I block with Crown. To try and get a better hand. I'm gonna block with this because I can't really use it with the hand that I have. And I don't want to give them the Crown of Providence. I keep forgetting to look at what their hero power does. Another one. Okay. And that was actually a pretty bad hand from them. Next I gets +3 when it hits a hero, mark them. Okay, so we're gonna buff +3. Dagger. Ah. And then +3. Sadly, doesn't really do much. Oh god. I thought I was gonna hit here. And this Ripple Way is a terrible target for Arsenal, so I'm not gonna Arsenal that. Oh god, all blues. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Yes, I forgot to shuffle. That's exactly it. All my blues are bunched together. And I can't benefit from the fact that they only have one dagger. Like, why? They're actually in a very bad spot, but I just can't benefit off it. Alright, so just for one. An Overcrowded is a much better Arsenal target. This hand actually is better. We get one fealty. We could potentially get a second one. So now they have the Graphene. Okay, now they're back online. So they basically skipped almost 2 turns and I couldn't benefit off it, which is suboptimal. It doesn't matter. We are in the game where we are. Doesn't matter what happened so far. Banish the top card of my deck. Sure. I'm wondering if they're going to break the boots here. No, they're just going to do more damage. And they're... the hero ability, of course, I'm going to have to discard a card. Or banish a card. Yeah, because it has... Yeah, okay. This is going to turn from an okay turn into a terrible turn. Oh my god. The information advantage is real. So powerful. Just knowing what your opponent has in their hand, being able to plan your next attack accordingly. Yeah, they're keeping one card so they can use the hero ability, right? But if I block here, I have no turn at all. Yeah, there it goes. I think that's probably the best card to give away here, considering the blue in my hands. Of course, again, they know what I have in my hand, right? So, also, how much damage should I take at that turn? Oh my god. 4, 5... A lot. Okay, first fealty. Turn 4 and I have the first fealty. Considering how important these are for my game plan, I am not happy to only have that so far. Do I want to create a Vigor? Yes. Again, my dagger's cost, so having a Vigor is good. I can play this, buffing this dagger, which gave it 4, and if I do hit, I mark them again. I have 2 fealties now. I would love to get a third. Which they know, so that's why they're blocking with 2 cards here. Because they know what I'm trying to do, right? They know what I need to do. 3. This blocks for 3. 4, because I have 2 different tokens, actually. Well, damn. Okay. That's 5 damage gone. 4 go again. At least they're still marked, so they have to think about giving me my 3rd penalty now. But I'm at 31 to 19, so... And I have no way to buff this. This is just 1 damage. That's fine. We'll just use the defense reaction here. Shelter from the storm to cover that up. That's okay. That saves today at the moment. I need to find the 3rd fealty though, and I need to find it fast. The problem is I don't have any draconic cards I can play. I can only play this if I have 3 draconics. Okay. Well, that's very unfortunate because if I that means I have to use one of these. Yeah, it's just it's not working out. This game is a lot worse than the last one. That's for sure. Even if this were to hit, I have no follow-up to this. I can't play this, I can't play this. There's just like... Yeah, I will create that. I will create my 2nd fealty. I will mark them again. Which does set me up to potentially get my 3rd one next turn. But they're not blocking at all here, so this could potentially be very bad. 2 Huntsman when you're on 2 felt is just not what you need. It's not what you need. Okay. Let me remove one of these. Don't want to get marked. Here comes a big dagger with the Saber Bloodshed. Yes, 7. Drawing a card. I'm gonna have to try and take this damage and see if I can turn it around, but I'm very low right now. The thing is that I am playing an aggro deck, so I need to race as well, but when they did have a few off turns at the very start of the game, I just wasn't able to make any use of that. I mean, I have overcrowded in Arsenal, so a Codex wouldn't be that bad. But the problem is 27 life to 9. So that's the problem, right? I'm just so far removed from their life total that they can eat basically 2-3 turns from me and not have to care. That's the issue that I'm having. I mean, I shouldn't take that attitude though. That's a problem, right? I shouldn't take this attitude. This is going to be hard. I'm way behind. I can't win this. I need to still just... I should instead just focus on playing the best turn that I can. Okay. So that's discounted now. So I'm gonna just play the Relentless because just mark them again. See if I can get a 4th penalty. What do you guys think about the ads on Talishar? Have you thought about it? Do you know what they did? Okay, so we got just checking my stream if we're still live. I think we're all good. All good. Submit. Pass. No. I don't think LSS are gonna buy it because, you know, their whole philosophy behind the game. But maybe there's a way that they could support the project without outright buying them. I was really surprised by, you know, how people reacted to it. Because my simple thinking is, right, you're providing a service that I would say thousands of people use every single day. It costs money to run that service. You somehow have to get the cash back for that, right? You somehow have to come up with the funds to run that service. And now, if what you're doing isn't working, you're gonna have to do something else. Yeah. I mean, there's... Oh, sorry. There has been, you know, there has been an opportunity for players to pay for this service, right? And they haven't. Oh, crap. Alright, at least we're blocking 7 here. That means I'm live. Yeah, but... Yeah, okay, no, I'm dying. I'm dead. Because this flicks as well, right? The Metaphor makes 3k a month or something. Yeah, but you don't know what the cost is to run this, right? You don't know what the hosting cost is that they have. We know that they had challenges running the platform because of how much hammered they're getting by the demand. It's like, I get it. What I think they should have done is be more transparent about their cost base. So if you want to put like ads in because you're justifying it, because you are a non-profit, but you're not making enough through Metafy to run the service, then what you could have done is be more transparent about what your cost is and what you're currently taking in and where the delta is, right? And if it is actually covering the service today, and the idea is that you're going to enhance your service, then you can lay out, well, what are we going to do with the money that we get through that? So I have no issue with people who are not a Metafy supporter paying for every 3 games. I mean, what? You know, it's fine. It's an ad every 3 games. That's potentially 1 ad every 90 minutes. It's not a huge deal, bro. The devs are just wanting more money for their time. Server costs are only $200-300 a month. Metafy brings in thousands. It's simply to pay all the devs for their work. Okay. All right. I mean, I wasn't aware of that. But again, I get what you're saying. That does change things a little bit. I'll be the first one to admit it. That does change things. However, I will still maintain watching like an ad every 90 minutes is not that bad. Also, as you just pointed out, Veed, if you match into somebody like me that pays for MetaFi, it turns it off for you for a while. They put enough work that it is a serious thing. I think they're calling. Sorry, deserve to be paid. I agree with them. No, yes, it's not wrong. Yeah, but as I shouldn't get this huge thing for free. Yes. Yes. But at the same time, second apparently. At the same time, I do think it's good that they're independent. I'm not sure if it would better if it was controlled by LSS, right? Because if it's controlled by LSS, then basically every change that they want to make has to be signed off and go through LSS, right? Now, if they want to make a small change right now, I don't know, like improving like the load-in screen or something, they just go ahead and do it. It's like, who's gonna stop you, right? If you break it, fine. But if they, if they get compensated by LSS, then we have a whole different story. So I'd love a blue here. I'd love a blue. I'd love a blue. We can't mark them. I'm gonna keep the Den of the Spider in Arsenal because they're gonna buff up the power of their attacks, right? So what do? It's basically another aggro matchup. It's again aggro versus aggro. I saw Puffin won the Nationals as well. Is that correct? Puffin won the Nationals? Am I tripping? I thought I was hoping I was going to be able to do damage here, but no. Computer says no. I mean, when you hear things like James White say, oh, they have 60 million revenue, hoping to reach 100 million in a couple of years, then, it's not that plucky little indie company anymore. They clearly have their finances in order, and if they wanted to, they could support this project. Now, I do think James White is very much still in control of what the company does, and the game is his brainchild, and I still think it's very much we're an in-person game, and we don't want to support an online client because that goes against our philosophy. Iron says it explains or breaks down the heroes and their gameplay mechanics. You have a bit of an explanation of every hero on fabtcg.com. You have wait, give me a second. So if you go to fabtcg.com, friends, and then you go to heroes, it will show you if you go to a hero, you will basically just give you like an overview, difficulty, living legend points, which is important as well. And if you want to know more about the hero, you can click learn more. However, you can also go to february.net and you can click on heroes, and you'll have all the heroes here as well. You can click on them as well, and you also get a breakdown here with like living legend points, meta results, so you can use each. February.com is really your big friend in everything flesh and blood. So this is tap a cocky control, this gets +1 or go again. Alright, so I'm gonna block 1, and then I'm gonna block with the Den of the Spider. They give it go again. Fastest growing company in New Zealand, and oh my god, are you kidding me? But they've already tapped one, so they can't actually do its ability. I have to block with an equipment though, but they can't destroy it because they only have 2. They should have. You should have played Palantir first. Because if you can only activate the destroy a card if you have yeah. Oh, they're using Unicycle to get another one. Okay. Why are legendary points important? Because if a hero reaches 1,000 living legend points, the hero is no longer legal for classic constructed play, which is the premier format of the game. So you want to make sure, if you're getting into the game, that you are aware I didn't block with legs, did I? No. But why are the legs destroyed? Did I destroy with legs? Am I that dumb? No, because they did it correctly. Because they can go back on the chain and choose a card that was played before. That's why. It's something really cool that I've been wanting to do for a while, but I've never been able to do. Yes. I understand what happened. Yeah, you can exactly. You can choose a card earlier on in the chain. It doesn't have to be on that chain link. Oh, come on. This is all right, let's detail. Oh, come on! Oh, come on! Really? 3 defense reactions in a row on my 3 attacks to cover it up nicely. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? My legs are gone. They cover my 3 attacks. So E-Nice. So when you're picking a hero, right? When you're picking a hero that has a lot of living legend points, you have to consider that you may not be able to play it that long. So it's really good because it refreshes the meta, right? Like old heroes leave. They do eventually print old heroes, but it usually has a bit of a different text. So they function a bit different. They may be better, they may be worse, but you have to be aware. So before you buy like dozens of cards for a hero, you need to be aware where they are on the living legend track to make sure that you don't spend like $300-400 or pounds or whatever your currency is, and then you find out you can't play it after a week or 2. So my advice usually is pick a hero which is decent but doesn't have a lot of points yet. As long as you're aware that can happen, you can pick anything as long as you're aware. Yeah, Dennis, absolutely. I figured it out eventually. I was being a bit dumb about it. It took me a second to figure out, but I did get there. So the problem with the system is a little bit, right? Because you want to play a good hero, but good heroes are usually pretty high up on the leaderboard because, well, they're good and they're winning events, right? And heroes get points by winning events. So you can then pick a hero which doesn't have a lot of living legend points, but if you do, well, then you probably are not playing the best deck in the format. Sometimes you have constellations where a hero is pretty new, doesn't have a lot of points, but still is good. Or because the meta has changed, suddenly the hero is good. However, you also got to consider a hero that's been around for longer than a year. What is it? When does the 1.5 multiplier for points kick in, guys? I forgot when the multiplier for 1.5 kicks in. So for the first year of a hero's existence, the multiplier for living legend points is at 0.5. And then I think between year 1 and 2, it's 1. And after that, it's 1.5. I think that's how it works. But I don't remember 100%. Okay, so we got him to block. That's a good thing. All right. Any other questions you have, Inais, please feel free to ask. I'm happy to answer any questions. And the community here is great. A lot of great people here who are more than willing to help you with anything that you may have. So, how have you come to Flesh and Blood? What's your journey to Flesh and Blood? Why are you interested in the game? 3 go again. I'm an aggro deck, I'm not blocking. There's no detrimental effect on this. So we're just taking the damage. 29 to 34. They're using their hero ability to turn a gold into a cock. And then the second part of the hero ability to crank the cock that they made with the other card to draw a card. And this is, when it's actually made, it's got a card to destroy an item you control. If you do, this gets go again. So they can destroy one of these cocks to get go again. Which they do because it would destroy at the end of the turn anyway. I have 2 blues in my hand. I don't really need that. It's a pretty bad hand all in all, to be honest. So I'm not sure why I'm keeping all these blues. They don't really do anything. Because my daggers are free through the 3 fealties. I like the glint because it lets me draw a card if they block a card from hand, right? We'll take 2. I'm keeping the equipment around for now. Is anybody else here pretty new to the game? That has any questions about the game or anything like that? Alright, they're not blocking this. Alright. This is bad. Just started yesterday looking to learn more and get good. Welcome to the game, my friend. Welcome to the game. I hope you have fun. Is there like a hero that has like caught your attention so far, or are you just really starting out? Alright, dagger for 1. I hope they block so the glint does something. No. They're just letting it hit. Okay, if they're just letting it hit, they have a huge hand. So I'm going to Arsenal the Glint in that case. I'm drawing pretty badly right now. I'm not really getting the big modifiers or attack reactions from my cards at the moment. This is really not great. Scar tissue is decent, but I'm gonna have to consume one of these to play this. They have 5 card hands. Alright.
Show me what you got!
This is good because it gets 4 go again. And they can untap one of these. They're gonna use to go again, right? This could be pretty massive turn here. I'm aware I have the equipment to block with, but I don't want to block just now. Looking worriedly at my life total, 29 to 22. When this hits a hero, you may tap a cock. You control, if you do, create a golden cock twice. So I do not want that to happen. But if I don't want that to happen, I need to cover up 8 damage here. How you doing, Aggro? Good to see you. I don't want to throw 8 cards, multiple cards at this to cover up 8. I could, though. So this is twice. Because I don't want them to tap it. They don't have go again at the moment, though. They can't get go again at the moment. What do I have to be worried about here? I'll do this. I feel like this is a mistake. It doesn't feel good in my tummy, but we'll do it. I feel like there's potentially too much value if I just... Oh, they have another action point. I didn't realize they had another action point. Okay, so it's good then, because then I didn't let them make more cocks. Oh, yeah. Took 12 damage as Lisa's turn. Oh, man. That's why they didn't block, right? Because they had a crazy turn in their hand, actually. I don't need a resource. I don't have that much damage, sadly. And again, I'm just in the unfortunate position that they can probably just eat all the damage. This is game number 3 today, right? Yeah. This is too early. I didn't need to do that yet. That kind of gives away what I want to do here. Blocking 4, like, soup up is so efficient as well. So we need to delay this a little bit. So they know have less information on what I want to do. Hey, Acro, Zach, are you going to PT? Vegas? Alright, this is a bad card because I'm arsenal it and threaten like it's something much better. Am I? No, sir. I'm very sorry, but I'm not entering the US for any private reasons if I can avoid it at this time. I'm gonna have a Battlegrounds in London at the start of August that I'm going to. And then I may be doing calling Hamburg, but that's a big maybe. What crimes did you do? Shh. Shh. I don't want them to arrest me right away. Okay, this is bad, but I think I can do more if I just accept that damage. We played this. When this hits, you may attack with an additional time. So we're coming in for 4 here. I think the glint will draw me a card this turn. What are you playing, Akra? Are you still on Betsy? Or are you changing to Valda? The horse is gone. How do you feel about that? You were a horse main, right? Do you feel like you've lost your identity, or are you good? Isn't Valda, Syndra, Jarl? I mean, I hear Guardian is a pretty good spot right now. Saddler's Victor? I believe it. I believe it. I believe it. Three. I have a defense reaction here, which may be coming in clutch because honestly, they're saying they're not defending. I'm on the 8. This is looking bad. Okay, blocking for 2. I mean, it's 1 less card. which is fine. I'm just going to play this at instant speed to give me 3 life back. So we're 11 to 14. I think we're back in this, especially with the defense reaction in Arsenal. I have 6 fealty. Sky Skimmer. Tap a call control. This gets +1 or go again. The 4 is painful. If I don't... Let me see what they do here. They're probably gonna just give it go again. I do have my get out of jail for free card with Sigil of Solace here to give me 3 life back. Yeah, that is... That then doesn't do anything here that I want. They're gonna untap and then probably attack with the weapon. Or not. They could attack with Spitfire. They haven't activated... Yeah, there we go, Polly. Polly... Now they draw a card. Now they have 2 cards and the Spitfire. Okay, dokie. This is bad now. Yeah, they're just giving it go again. I have to assume this card in their arsenal is an attack, right? So... Just gonna block with this here. Taking it all down to the way to 1, but I do have to Sigil. How... Yeah, no, that's fine. We're fine. I can play. Okay, a resource... Yes, because I may want to use it on a Brave Force. So Savor Bloodshed. And then... I need to kill Polly, but I can do that with my second attack. We're going to make the Sigil Draconic to give this go again. So this is the last game on Fang. Then we're changing over to... Arakni Huntsman. It would be nice to get this hero a win. Alright, so 6 to 3. So they're taking damage here. However, the problem, of course, is... I can't give this go again. Why didn't this trigger? Oh, because they weren't marked. But the dagger gets +4. So... Do we dagger or hunt a hunter? This is... Yeah, it's... Actually, wait, hold on. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna use the dagger into Polly. Polly needs to die. You can't leave Polly around, not a single round. I'm probably don't have enough here to ward off their next attack. But let's see. We do have 2 defense reactions. They only have 1 cog at the moment. Well, there goes that. They're gonna have 3 cogs and the second action point. And the second action point may actually be what kills me here this turn. So, in the very least, what I need to do is either attack with dagger and play this reaction, or hunt a hunter. I think that's probably the most... Twice. Yeah, just dagger and attack with them, we maintain the tokens. And hope that they have an off turn. Right? They're probably going to give it a go again here. I do have a reaction if they just buff the power. They do puff the power. Power puff the power. And we marked them. So I think that was a bit greedy. I think they should have... Oh, they do have the action point. I forgot about that. I can take this 2 here. Because I'm up 4. I don't want to put that defense reaction in arsenal for next turn. They will have no cogs potentially next turn. All of these are going to disappear. That could save my proverbial behind. So we're just attacking for 1. No, because they destroy one of them to get a gold. They have that at the perfect time. That is at the perfect time. However, I pay the Draconic card, so at least I don't lose my fealties. Now they have 2 gold, which they can turn into cogs. Right, so... Because the way it works is this attack that the thing that they blocked with, they can destroy golden cogs to turn it into gold, which lets you then trigger the hero ability. 1, 2, 3, fab. 1, 2, 3, fab. Hey, that's a 4 block on a 1 attack. I'm not sure that was necessary, but we'll take it. Now I'm hoping... We haven't seen any big reactions, huh? I forget what the big one is called. The Hunt's End? No Hunt's End so far. Alright, enough cogs here for them, which means I draw cards. They're clearly digging for cards, though. If you pitch a blue, destroy a gold at this point in the game, you don't have a good hand. So, in that case...
Show me what you got!
That's already +3 and a gold, so that's pretty good. That's 6. To give it go again to attack with the weapon is what I would hazard. This feels inefficient. They may still be able to go 3 wide here. So this is a 3 block, that's why I'm keeping it. And I do have 2 attacks here. Hey, they give me a gold. I would love for them to arsenal. No, they're fishing for a go again card, which they're not getting. So this is going to go to 3, and I'm just going to block with the blue Ripple Away. I wonder if I miss an opportunity to use Ripple Away to prevent one of the golds happening. Okay. Just 2 reds. Really nothing spicy happening on my end. We're gonna dagger, play this as a reaction, push it up to 3. I am still very much... Because I can't keep more cards in my hand, right? Which is a problem. I need to get them closer to my life total. I need them to block more. And the problem here is that they just don't have to. They can take enough damage here to just let me do something for a turn, keep a 5-card hand, and then probably kill me. If I just keep like 1 card, though, 1 Hunt's End is enough. But if they have a Palantir, then I also just die. And I've only played 1 so far. So.
I'm in danger!
Show me what you got.
I don't like the fact that they have 3 cocks at the moment. That's a very good setup. This is also a great card, just that +3. Oh, +6. Okay. I have to block like this. Live on 1. Because if I don't... I mean, I die. But also... Wait, how do they have... How do they still have an action point? Because now I block, right? And that means all my failties go away. Oh, I'm gonna die anyway, because they're gonna give it a go again and attack me with the weapon. Okay. I wasn't able to win a single game on this hero. Sad, sad, sad. So Arakni Huntsman actually has it pretty easy. All they need to do is win 1 game and they're continue on in the challenge. Alright, cool. Round of applause for our opponents. Yeah, that was tough. That was tough. I think if I have a couple of hunts end a little bit earlier... It's close now, it's close. I could have probably won this. Could probably won this. Alright, give me just a second here. How is everyone today? Give me a second, guys. I just need to quickly do something. I'll be right back. Good, there we are. Okay, Arakni Huntsman. This is the next deck that we're playing in the challenge. As you know, this is the bracket I'm playing. We've moved on to the Savage Land on the right side at the bottom. I think over here. So Fang has won 0 games. If Arakni wins 1 game, they make it to the next round. If they have 0 wins, then we will go back to Fang. We go back and forth. Right, good. So my deck that I'm playing here, first of all, I got a deck from somebody that went to Greek Nationals with it, but I didn't practice this deck. I'm gonna play with the deck that I practiced. This did really well in a tournament recently, and that's why I'm playing this. That's why I chose this. I don't think there's a vast difference to the different decks which are out there. A couple of cards here and there, unless I'm playing a really bad deck and then I rely on you guys to tell me that I'm playing a bad deck. Oh, I'm not showing you the cards. Here we are. Yeah, not much surprising in here. I think, what is my game strategy? My strategy is to run my opponent out of cards. So if you are familiar with milling an opponent in card games, this is the quintessential deck that wants to do that, right? So you just banish cards, banish cards, banish cards until they have no cards left. You need to survive there, though, and I think that's the challenge on this hero. You need to survive. He's having a bit. They are having a bit of a resurgence at the moment. I'm not sure I'm playing like the most up-to-date deck now post bans, but we'll see. Okay, so we have Phi. Phi doesn't block. We'll get... They have a lot of go again. They don't like inertia, so we'll play this. They're not going to be blocking with reaction cards. They're going to block with the equipment, if at all. So we'll bring that. The block here, the block there. Confirm deck. All right, there we go.
Round 1. Fight!
And we go. And we try and mill them immediately. So I'm just going to dagger them. And they're going to give me a card. Every time I get a card from them, and I don't spend a card, to get a card from them is good for me. I have a Command and Conquer, I have an Eradicate, I have enough resources. I'm going to play the Eradicate. This is probably going to get blocked out, but I think I'd rather keep the Command and Conquer. You don't think that Ignite? No, we'll keep that on top. So this gives -1 on attack actions. This is -1 on equipment, right? So with 2 cards, they're covering that up. But we played 1 card this turn, and they gave me 3. That's good. They're coming in for 4 here. What do I want to play? I'd like to play just the Codex of Frailty, but my arsenal spot is full. So I think what I want to do is Biter's Bite into Command and Conquer. I'm going to take the 4 here right now. To play the Fiddler's Green. Actually, wait for them to get the Flame. Two. Fiddler's Green block. Get the life back. 5 to finish. I think we're gonna block 3. So this is already a lot of damage taken here. So what I need to try and do here is disrupt their hand. And that's what I'm going for. I'm gonna dagger. I need to dagger so that the Command and Conquer has a higher impact. Or they give me a card on the block, because I don't want the Command and Conquer to hit, because I need a 5-card hand, right? So my logic is, if this hits, then they're gonna need to give me a lot more. I wish I had a resource on this, then I could have done Dagger into Command and Conquer, or actually Codex of Frailty into Arsenal, which would have been great. Alright, so we're getting the Rising Resentment. That's good. Do I block with the Fate Foreseen here immediately? Yes. Even if I can just play a Leave No Witness, that is a decent enough. 1 card 4. Display Loyalty for 3. I don't really need this blue. I could send either of these cards if I want to. They can't activate their hero ability yet. They can after this. So we're going to block for 3 here. I'm going to block with my equipment because I think with Leave No Witness I may have some silver soon. And they Arsenal. That's good, because now Leave No Witness actually does something. This is, you're contracted to complete red cards. Yeah. We'll leave that on top, because if we do banish that, then we get silver, which is what we need to buy our equipment back, what we want to do, because that's a lot of value gained. Okay, they're giving me a card from hand and the Dragonfly. Okay, that's good. But they can do that like once or twice a game, right? So we are in turn 3 and I still have a life lead. So I think this is going pretty well for me so far. Now, on this turn, I am quite happy to just play the Codex of Frailty, empty my hand of all my other cards. This is just 2, so we'll ignore this for now because this blocks for 3 and this blocks for 3. So we want to get the maximum of value out of this and ideally block for something that attacks for 3 or more. Because otherwise I'm wasting value and I can't waste value. Right, let's put the 1 cost away first. Display loyalty for 3, blocking with Command and Conquer. They do have a Spring Tonic counter up, so I wonder what that is. I have to take 2 again here. And they declare end of turn. Okay, good, that's fine. We'll play the Sigil first to gain 3 life. Because otherwise the Codex of Frailty would make me discard a card, right? Which I do not want to do. Now we will get the Leave No Witness. Because that is attacking. Again, we're leaving the red on top because the contract targets reds. They can block that, but they have to give me 2 cards from hand to block this, most likely. Alright, so they're not blocking, they are giving me their arsenal. Again, choose a card, yes, and off the top of the deck. Very good. So next turn I can use those 2 silver to buy back my boots and get a 2 block back. I do have a Ponder as well. I love that new Ponder. It looks so beautiful. Ooh, that is a lot of blue. But I can just send the Annihilate the Armed with the Shred. I can block quite liberally with my blues here. I don't even know if I have any traps in on my sideboard. But I think we're just blocking anyway. So, you may return a Phoenix Flame from your graveyard to your hand. Oh, they're using the Spring Tonic here. Curious. Okay, for 6. Alright, we will block 6 on this. My goal is just keep my life total as high as possible, right? Mill them, although they still have more cards in their deck than I do at the moment. They clearly fat decked me. Oh, we only got 2 red of 2 cards so far anyway. But it's a long game, it's a long game. And we are in higher life at the moment, so kind of doing what we need to do. 3. 2 actually. Let me block for 2 here. Right, okay. They're using a Fealty, so what? Dragon, yeah, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. I'm gonna block 3, take 3. Yes. Okay, we equip the boots at the arms. Right. All we want to do is use the tunic counter and attack. Banish attack action cards. Oh, actually, yes, we want to sync that because that's a defense reaction, so that wouldn't trigger. Now, if they were so inclined to block this, I have to shred. That also didn't trigger. Okay, that's still oh, Hunter. Okay, so this is what we're waiting for, right? This is the card. All right, 3. I am going to immediately use Hunter or Hunted. I need to pay 3 for it, but it's worth it. That's actually blocking 4. Never mind, but there you go. Rise from the ashes. I think there's 2 left. Rise from the ashes. I think we saw them play 1. Okay, there it is. Okay, good. Actually, they only have 2 off. Okay, interesting. Okay. Still, it's another card in my favor. And we're now approaching parity. Blaze Headlong. I don't have any attacks in my hand at all. I could block this with the sink below and maybe get an attack here. I think you... Did I miss a banish? Did I miss it? I thought it does it automatically. I thought I didn't have to do it. Wait, hold on. Let's check. No, sorry. Now I accidentally sunk it. Okay, wait. So there we go. We try again. No, we're not going to sink it. I don't think I have to choose it. But let's see. No, see, it only shows me. I don't have to do anything. I just click OK. Oh, here. Oh, right. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Yeah, you're right. I missed it. You're right. I did miss it. I didn't miss it in the first instance, but I did in the second. Thanks, team. Round of applause for you guys. All right, so they're attacking for 5. I'm using the sink below to block this. And then sinking the frailty trap and hoping I get an attack. Well, that is an attack. But I don't have any resources for it and I can't really get my shred out. So I'm probably just going to have to block through this turn. They're thinking of destroying the mask. They've decided against it, I believe. Yes. All right, again, we're still on higher life, right? They lead, or yeah, we're getting pretty close to having the same amount of cards. I'm just gonna block 3 here. How you doing? How you doing all? How you doing all? Hope you're having a fantastic day. If you have any questions, any comments, anything you want to say, let me know. Otherwise, enjoy the stream. As always, I am streaming on YouTube and Twitch at the same time. And you can enjoy it wherever you like. Alright, so we're blocking that. And then, yes, we equip that. And that's all I can do. Because I didn't even actually get it. Oh my god, another hand with no attack. Man, I'm a little bit sad because Egypt was leading 2-0 and apparently they're going to lose the game, huh? Too bad, too bad. For all those interested in the World Cup. So I don't have an attack. Maybe I can just psych out something with a dagger attack. I mean, yeah, that's fine. That's a draw. I haven't really been able to do anything in a little while now. Sure, we'll get an opportunity soon. What are they doing? They broke the mask. I'm interested to see what they're getting. Okay, so right. Okay. Just damage basically. But I'm not marked. So this is just a 0-2 go again. So I'm a bit confused. Oh, because it's... Wait, why is it 5? Oh, because they... How did they mark me? How did they mark me? Oh, hi, Mark. I'm blocking 5. Again, I'm still on higher life. I have more cards. In any real terms, I'm winning this game right now. Oh, but this is gonna be a lot of damage here to finish up the turn. Yeah. Oh, no. Yeah, this is the turn. Oh, no. Yeah, big turn here. Wow, okay. How the tables turn. We're still good, though. We're okay. We're okay. They used their legs and their head to do that. This was their big pop-off turn. Just continue playing the way I've been playing so far and actually get an attack in to mill them, and I think we should be okay. 3... giving them a frailty here with the frailty trap. Which means their weapon will only come in for 2. Instead of 3, which is good. I mean, it doesn't really matter much. There we go, that's for 2. I still need to block for 3 anyway. I'm keeping the blue, so ideally what I want to do is send a dagger first. Yeah, I'm gonna... 5, okay. Yeah, okay, I can't send a dagger on this. I can just send my 1 attack. Salter Wound is there, to the bottom of the deck. And then this is an Ignite, with 1 cost or less, yes. So obviously I'm wearing red today because Switzerland is playing in the World Cup later today, right? Against Colombia, which is probably not going to go well for us, but you know. Alright, so I'm attacking for 4 here. They banish the top card of their deck if it hits. I am very, very low now. But them blocking is actually a mistake. They're on 23, they do not need to block. Especially because I'm going to be using... This is Blade Break anyway, so 2. I'm also going to use the Mark of Perdition to get a second card. Good. Okay. I can't play this card because no, I can play this card. Okay. Is that worth it? Yes, I will. Rowdy locals. Okay. This is probably a one-off. This is going to be a bad use of this defense reaction. But I couldn't have known. No, we have them. We have them. That's fine. That's 3 more cards gone. Now, the problem is, of course, with this hand that they have, they will be able to send at least 1 card, which I cannot block. But I will play the inertia trap on this, which means they can't put this in arsenal. If that was their plan, they're not going to be able to do that. One. And what is the last card in their hands? Oh, tenacity. Alright. It's not lethal. It's not lethal. But it's very, very low. At least I could buy my whole equipment back, so I have 5 block in my equipment back as well. 3. Worst comes to worst, I just play the Codex of Frailty, which I think is the plan. I block with everything else. They still have 17 cards left. Okay, block. Okay, they're getting the card back. That's fine. I think I'm gonna actually need to cover this up completely. I can't go down to 1. The problem is, yeah, this is the problem, right? They can go a little bit wider. The fate now. I thought they were gonna attack again. Okay. I'm gonna have to discard a card here. I still think this is probably the better choice. Leave no witness. And attack with that. Sink Bracken Power, yes. Because I don't want them to do attack for 6 with Fealty, right? So we sent this to the bottom. I think they're actually going to kill me this turn. I think they've got me down enough here. I'm too low on 2. That massive turn where they broke their legs, that was basically that turned the whole game around. Okay, defense reaction, fine. I'm getting 2 cards for 1. The problem, of course, is that they're gonna always be able to go 1 wider than, you know, with the Phoenix Flame. Do I have a Fiddlers? Yes, I have another Fiddlers. And I have another Sigil. I have another 2 Sigils, actually. And, okay, so this is actually a great hand. Hunter Hunted, get rid of a few more cards with this. We can play this for 0. Not blocking this. So 0 damage. We come in for 2 here. Okay, I'm gonna use the Hunter Hunted. Fire that burns within. We haven't seen any of those yet so far. Okay. Fire that burns within. I think we may still get there. Fire that burns within. See if we can get more than 1. We can. Brilliant. We actually get all 3. I think this was probably their late game winner. Activating hero ability, that's fine. Fiddler's Green blocks this. You lost 8 heroes. You're just numb to it? Oh god. Veet, you have my sympathy. What trading card game is this? This is Flesh and Blood. Welcome to the stream, dude. Any other questions you have, please feel free to ask them. Yes, I want to pay 2 to equip, and then the Leave No Witness doesn't do anything. But it does trigger red cards, so we're sinking the blue. 0 for 4, I should have probably not sent this. But if it hits, it does get me another card, and it got a red, so I got 2 silver, which allows me to buy back equipment. However, I have 2 cards in my hand that don't block, but it does gain me 6 life. So I think we're still okay. I blocked with that card because it was not an attack. I have no attacks in my hand. Okay. So imagine this trading card game is basically like Street Fighter, right? Hero on hero. Okay, so we're just going to play this. Take the 5. Go to 6. Now the real problem is on the next turn. They have a 5-card hand. Okay, that's fine. Oh. Well, then I turn to play reaction cards with the same name and card in the graveyard. Okay, that doesn't matter. This will hurt. This will hurt. But I think on 6 life with 2 equipment block, I can get through it. Fate Foreseen. Show me my fate. What's the top of my deck? An excessive bloodlust. We haven't seen a proper attack in a while, so we'll leave that there. 4 cards left in their hand, plus the hero ability, of course. I still have 15 cards left in my deck, so as long as we can run them out of cards, we should maybe be okay. Wait, you think Dorinthia is going to reach Living Legend? I'm gonna leave. This is only one. I'm gonna leave the boots if there's probably more to block than this one. Block 3 here. I may be dead here. Yeah, I think I'm dead. No, I'm alive. Oh, Lord. All right, I'm alive. We've waited a long time for one of the Welcome to Wraith heroes from the very first set to reach Living Legend, right? We've waited a long time. She's at 1.5 and high. Yeah, just getting a set to support her, right? It does make sense that if anybody is out of the original heroes is going to make it, it's going to be her. I don't see... Well, I always feel like there's always an off chance that Katsu suddenly gets very good, but I can't see Reinar or Bravo reaching Living Legend anytime soon. 2. Yeah, Reinhar's just too inconsistent, right? There was never a format that was good for him. No cards left in deck. I actually may die here. Maybe. I should have kept that defense reaction. I shouldn't have attacked here. Should have kept the defense reaction. But the fealty at least means no more dragon power, which is good. The 2 block is going to be very bad. Yeah, Dory's close, right? She doesn't need much. Alright, so the Leave No Witness is a good attack to have. Alright. Do they have a Tenacity? They played one Tenacity. I'm gonna take this one here. If they have something that presents... I don't think so. I think their hand is pretty bad at this point. I don't think they have 2-0 for 4 go against here. I may be very wrong. No, they have nothing left. No, it's all blues. There's nothing left. Oh, they do? No. Yeah, they can get a card. Yeah, but it draws a card. It doesn't do anything. And then it's just activating the hero ability to... Yeah, no, it's over. It's over. The year is 2045. We just returned to Aria for the 5th time. Rhino is sitting at 600 points. Oh no!
Emotional damage!
Emotional damage, friends. Don't say it. To be fair, they're holding up very well here. They're holding up very well. What I should have done a little while ago is just change to swinging daggers, right? To preserve my life lead. I just swing daggers. How much is Jean? I would say about 75%. Why not keep Codex? Because it costs me... Yeah, I could have. I mean, the game is over, right? As soon as I get them into lethal range. Am I gonna be so dumb to actually lose this game? I'm going to be so dumb to lose this game, aren't I? Yeah, I'm gonna lose this game. Yeah, I should have played the Codex so they have to discard a card. I got played here. Because they have this loop that they keep doing. They're gonna kill me with their loop. Because they were so much higher on life. And I can't discard any cards from... They're just gonna kill me. I can't believe this is happening. I can't believe this is happening. I can't get rid of their blues. They're just gonna kill me. Because I was on autopilot for like the last 5 turns. Because I keep just doing the same thing, right? They're gonna pitch it to get the first chain link, then attack with the weapon, then set... Yeah, fuck me. I can't believe this. I honestly... What the hell am I doing? If I would have played the Codex, you're right, then I would have won the game. How did I get fatigued? How did I get fatigued by 5? I mean, I know what happened, right? Like, first of all, I was being dumb. Let's not argue that away. I was being dumb. But the big turn, like when they did their huge turn of damage, where they broke the boots and they broke the head and they attacked with Lava Burst for 7 twice, that's where were they able to gain such a massive life lead that let them do this. That's basically where the game turned. So I know, I mean, obviously I made a lot of mistakes in the lead up to this at the end here, but I know where earlier on in the game that I lost it. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right. Scale peeler. This. This is one of those games that's gonna stay with me for a long time. Because like how did that happen? I mean, we all know why and how. We saw it, but I was like, what? Unbelievable. Unfreaking believable. All right, let's do it better this time. Let's do it better this time. Let's win a game here. How did UK Nationals go? About as well as my game just now. Which is to say, not very well. Actually, because they're Violent Dynamos, I want to start with this. Then the Eradicate after. Which they're going to probably be blocking. Could do defense interactions here. No, Halo, it didn't go well. I lost my first 3 games and dropped. Yeah. Yeah. Probably my worst performance in Nationals ever. You bring Ira? I brought Ira. Yeah. Yeah. It was not a good choice. I might some very questionable decisions on sideboarding the evening before. And listen, honestly, I just didn't play well. Honestly, it's like not a great hero, decent, not great. Bad preparation, questionable sideboarding decisions, and then just bad play, and it all just came together. As much as I dislike bringing Reinhardt, right? At least Reinhardt, through his sheer power, when the deck works for you, can win you games. A lot of other heroes can't do that, right? Blunt and gone. I do love that. I do love that. I want to play Hunter or Hunted, but I need another blue for that. And the deck is not giving it to me. So my main strategy here is keep them off the money, right? Keep them off the money. Am I sinking something? You bet I am. I'm trying to find another blue. There we are. Right, so if this hits, they get money. And I don't want them to have money. This blocks for 4. Do you want to sink Sigils? No. We're gonna get... I mean, Sigils are not the best card to get. But we know there's probably 3 off. They're also fat decking, right? They are. Wait, this is only 1? Oh no, that is pretty... Oh no, only 1. Oh, that was not good in that case. Alright, defense reaction in Arsenal. That was not ideal. But I still think we need to make sure... So they want to create gold and they want to create copper, right? And that is what the hero wants to do. And I need to try and avoid that as much as possible. So I block with this. They don't go again on this. There's probably a reaction to give it go again. I'm not gonna let it hit. Okay, that's fine. Again, the scale peeler first. Then the command and conquer to follow that, and the arsenal is... Ah! Okay, that's fine. No arsenal for me. What's more important, the codex or the command and conquer? I think in this situation, the command and conquer, because their arsenal is not vacant. Freaking Blinken. So Ira's a bad choice. Ira... So listen, in the prep, it was good, right? My prep worked pretty well. Like, she was good in my practice games. In the last 2 weeks where I played her on stream, she did well. Looking back, if you were to take someone else, who would you have taken? I mean, hindsight is 2020, right? I think what I should have done is probably pick myself and play Syndra. I think it was looking pretty evident that Syndra would be a good choice. But hindsight is 2020. Stuff Ira's deck tries to answer for multiple heroes. Sometimes it's easier to ask a question, be more proactive than try and answer what everyone is doing. That is true, Veed, right? And yeah, listen, I don't want to put it down to, Gem. So I won't. I think it's just a bad choice. There were 18 ninjas. Ninjas were the most represented class in the UK. And the thing is, people were telling me they were expecting a lot of ninjas and I ignored it. So it's completely my fault, to be honest. It's not like the signs weren't there. Are they gonna fatigue me? I hope not. I think what I did was I saw Ira do well in week 1, and then I made a snap decision. I mean, I had to make a decision, but looking back, I should have probably considered more. Mario actually made a significant comeback in the last week, right? All right, so this is a hot streak for 2. They gotta have some go again here. Surely there's gotta be something. I have no attacks. I have 0 attacks. Okay. I get another opportunity here for a reaction, right? They play a reaction, then I get another chance for a reaction. So making sure that I can't keep a card in arsenal is what I want to do. WC. Watching live on Talishar. Do you want to play another reaction here or not? That's a big question. I need to mill more. I need to get more of their cards. I haven't seen any of those right now. Did they leave? Are you there? Friend, are you there? Oh no, a network error happened. Rejected. Just like my exes. Oh no. Oh no. Did Mitch win Poland? No, Mitch didn't play in Poland. Mitch went to Japan. Maybe this is where the stream ends for the guys. Maybe it's kill. Let me quickly check. Let me check what they're doing. Today, 7th of July. They're taking the server online for a config change. Yeah, they're improving something. Oh well. Oh well. I didn't do anything. For once it's... Listen, for once it's not my fault, okay? For once it's not my fault. I demand rust counters as compensation. Why are you not paying for their Metafy? You hit blood on her hands or raise an army. She... No, Postman. It's they broke it. No, they didn't break it. They are making a config change. Can you show me how you deck build? So take a random hero and go from scratch on how you include and cut cards. An ideal wild Talishan. Do you want to know a secret? Do you know what a secret? I don't deck build. I net stack. I can't build decks. I don't build decks. It'd be a cool idea to gain rust count from winning games. Give incentives to people to stay till the end. Yeah, but it may not achieve what they want to achieve, right? Not with that attitude. True, Halo. True. So the advice is that I received once is, right? What you want to do, or what is a good way to approach deck building is you pick a hero. Create deck, right? You pick a hero, right? Let's say I don't know, Fang. And then you pick a card or an idea or a keyword and you build around that. That's kind of how you start. Draconic, P1, let's say, I don't know. I don't know. People are having issues with Rust counters. Yeah. I think there's still some things that they need to figure out. But it is 20 minutes to the end of the stream. How about we open up a pack? I fixed my phone setup. Aren't you proud of me? And I have so many gem packs from this weekend. I have so many gem packs I don't know what to do with. So we're going to open up a gem pack 1. Because I haven't opened one of these in a while. Why is the quality so shitty though? Okay. Let's see if we get... I don't even remember what the Marvel was in Gem Pack 1. Do an opening video? I don't have a box. Oh, Endeavor Devotion. I don't know why... Pretty. I don't know if it's good. What I love to do is like... I have like basically all commons and rares from like all sets ever released, right? And what I do love to do is like go into that box, take non-foils or non-EA out of the box and replace them with these cards. It's very satisfying. It will get views, you know it. No, it won't. People in Flesh and Blood don't like box opening videos. I've tried. I tried. All right, let's open up an Omens. And I've always, like, my channel has always been about, I want to do what I enjoy doing, not about what gives me views, right? It would have to be a massive opening like Fluke and Box does. Yes. Yeah. And even then. Enion, Zurge, Nibbles, come on. Come give me something good. Stunning Swipe. Did anybody you know open like that awesome Pleiades, like the Maori alt art? I really want it. Yeah, I'll watch because I'm broke AF. It'll be one view, right? Stellar Glide, Star World Warning, Snap Fingers, Electro Mind Melt, Polaris, Pulse, Ray. Pack 1, pick 1, let's go. Still a flow side, and nothing good. Nothing good. People love old school text though. Yes, that is true. That is true. Yeah, that is true. Guys, server is kill. So I'm gonna go have dinner a little bit early then. Holy pack for draft. I didn't even get the chance to draft at Nationals because I dropped before. Which I'm glad I did. Because did you know that like all of Gem just freaking broke on the weekend? Like they tried to pair up second round of draft and it just broke. And it wasn't like UK Nationals because like Germany and Netherlands were also... No. Germany and some other country were reporting issues at the same time. It just completely broke. And that's like playing my side event and like... Ha! I'm glad I'm not there. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to call it quits for today. We'll pick up the stream back next Monday with Arakni Huntsman. I'll be back on Monday. Before I go, A Pound of Flesh Season 4 recording has started. 2 episodes are filmed. I need to edit. I would expect the next episode either next week or the week after. Should be some good names. Should be some very recognizable names. I think you'll enjoy it. And if you're playing, well, calling in Shinjuku this weekend, good luck. Come on, Burst. I rarely... So here's another story, right? I feel very bad about plucking myself. Like, I don't like to do it. I don't like to put myself out there. And there was a new sleeve company at the UK GE, right? And somebody that knows me pretty well comes up to me and is like, you should talk to them about sponsorship, etc. You should talk to them about doing something. It's like, I don't know why nobody cares. And I basically didn't do it, right? I went to have lunch, and then somebody else comes and finds me is like, I hear X and so talked to you about trying to see if you can get a sponsorship from these guys. I was like, yeah, but I'm not gonna do it. And they're like, why not? I was like, I'm shy. And they're like, no, come on, let's go. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. So I got bullied into talking to this new company to see about a potential sponsorship. I feel very awkward about stuff like that. It's really hard for me to put myself forward for, you know, to get paid for things or do sponsorships or even chill. Like, you know, it's like Burst, you know. I do it once a stream. I should do it much more often. I should do it on my Pound of Flesh episodes because the thing is, like, nobody likes to hear it, but it works, right? This is something that they call when it comes to streaming, or content creation. It's you need to have a call to action. It works, and I feel so awkward about it, and I don't want to do it. But you should. All right. Have a fantastic rest of your day and week. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed or followed or liked it, then please do so. Join us on our Discord. I'll be back with streams Monday and Tuesday next week. And the Pound of Flesh, I'll release more information about when that goes live soon as well. Yeah, thanks for being here. I appreciate it. As always, much love to everyone here. Have a great rest of your day. I'm out. I'm gonna go get some food, take the dog out, and then watch Switzerland lose to Colombia. Until then, bye all.